Hey guys, it's Kyra, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own Bohemian wall decor piece with stuff you already have lying around at home. So let's get into it. For this project you need some cardboard, a piece of paper any color you like, some yarn, again any color you like, hot glue, and then some Mod Podge. And basically what we're going to start off by doing is taking a large circular object. This can be a plate, but this is just like a box that I had in my room. So I used that as a template to trace out the circle arc bit, or if you want, you can go freehand. I wasn't confident enough with my abilities of just doing something freehand, so I didn't. And the cardboard I'm actually using is just from a cereal box, because I didn't want like thick cardboard, because then you would be able to see the edges where there's like a little perforation. And then once I traced it, I cut it out, and then I'm going to trace it onto my piece of white paper. And this is, again, very self-explanatory, and this is just a piece of cream colored cardstock basically that I found just with all sorts of my mom's old scrapbook supplies. From there, you're going to want to just go ahead and Mod Podge your piece of paper onto your piece of cardboard. That's a lot of the word piece in one sentence, but you get the gist. You just do this, and you want to make sure that it's thick enough so that it'll cover the whole piece of paper. One thing I did not do is make it thick enough in the middle section, so I did get air bubbles, and I should have pressed it out with something like a gift card or something flat like that, so that I could get the air bubbles out after I put the paper on. So if you can do that, I would recommend doing that. Once you've finished putting your Mod Podge or glue down onto your piece of cardboard, all you need to do is go ahead and take that piece of cardstock or scrapbook paper and place it on top. Again, this is where I was saying that a credit card would be useful so that you can like get out the air bubbles. It's something I really should have done, but it didn't even dawn on me. And now I'm just going to cut around the outside, making sure that there's no cardboard that can be seen, because I did place my piece of paper a little bit off-centered. So I would recommend doing this as well so that you get a nice clean finish to your end product. From here, you can go ahead and take some more Mod Podge and place that on top. And this is going to act as a seal to the finished product, so that you're sure that the paper won't come off of the cardboard in the end, so it's not like hanging on the wall and it starts like peeling, because we don't want that. And it also gives it a really nice finish, as if you were to have bought it in a store, where it's got like a nice like plasticky film sealant type thing on top, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't, you don't, I guess. But this is just a nice way to seal it in so that you don't get the bubbles that I was talking about earlier. And you can see mine starting to pop up, but I should have just taken a credit card to it once I put the paper down, and that will help with your air bubbles. From here, I'm going to cut my yarn in 2-foot segments. You can cut these in 1-foot segments. I cut mine in 2-foot segments so that I can fold them in half and then hot glue them from there. And this was A1 easier, and 2, this also gave it a more full effect when I hot glued them onto the piece of cardboard, because you're folding them in half and you can fit more sideways like that than you would be able to if you just cut them piece by piece, like 1-foot pieces. And when I hot glued them on, I had some pieces that were shorter and some pieces that were longer. So I worked with the shorter pieces first, and then moved towards the middle of my piece of cardboard, and then used the longer pieces. So in the end, it gives more of a V-shape effect when it's hanging up against the wall. And not all my pieces were even, so it gives a really nice organic looking fringe. Now, in order to make it a wall hanging, we need something to hang it with, and for me, I chose to take a piece of yarn, and it's about 8 inches, and I used that as a hanging device so that I can hang it on the wall with a nail. But if you have brackets or something like that at home, you can go ahead and use that, and that'll work just as great. And once you've done that, you have your final piece of wall art. I am so happy with how this turned out, and if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like and feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. I love y'all. Bye!